Hello everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fabulous Monday. Today I'm coming at you with another Minks Monday Q&A. I hope you all had a wonderful and safe holiday this past Thursday. And if you guys were brave enough to go out there for the Black Friday deals, hopefully you guys started your Christmas shopping, if not finished your Christmas shopping. I know I barely started. I got a late start. But anyways, before we get started, let me share the bag that I'm currently using, and that is my Louisvuitton Neverfull MM in the Damier Ben print. And out of all three Neverfulls that I have, this is actually the one that gets the least amount of use. And I thought I would share the love, right? All right, so let's get started with the very first question. And if you guys hear me doing that a lot, it's because I have a feeling I'm going to get sick because I felt like shiza last night. And I know it. I could feel it. And there's a tickle in my throat. So forgive me if you guys hear that too often. Okay, so first question. Tasha Smith. Many help. I can't decide between the Neverfull MM Damier Ben or the Speedy 30 Damier Ben bandolier. I have a 5-year-old and I don't have a car, so I have to carry a lot of different things. And I can't decide what will be the better option of the two. I was thinking about getting the Retiro, but it has such a thin strap on it, and I don't think it's long enough to go crossbody. The Retiro is actually long enough to be able to be used crossbody, but between the two, the Neverfull MM and the Speedy 30 Damier Ben bandolier, as much as I love the Neverfull, it is a great, great bag. Just for the versatility of it, the Speedy 30 bandolier you cannot go wrong with. You can use it as a shoulder bag, a crossbody bag. You can take off the strap and use it as a classic Speedy. Not only that, you also have the added protection of the zipper. So you can put the lock on there. You don't have to worry about anybody digging into your bag when you're hands-free and you're going through a crowd. So that's another great option. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you said that you live in the UK. So and you said that it rains quite a lot where you live, and that's another great thing. The Neverfull, even though you are going with a Damier Ben and you don't have to worry about rain and Vicetta or anything like that, the fact that you have, again, the zipper on the top of the Speedy adds to the fact that your fabulous items will stay nice and dry. So you don't have to worry about the rain whatsoever. I honestly think that both of them are great bags, but you cannot go wrong with the Speedy 30 Damier Ben bandolier. The bandolier is such a great bag to add to any collection. I know I'm not too fond of it, but I do definitely appreciate what it brings to the table, and you cannot go wrong with it. I mean, again, like I said, you can be hands-free, you're holding on to your little one, and it's just the best of both worlds. Okay, next question. GC by Cat. What do you think, or have you heard about Chanel walks that are made in France are less puffy as in the quilting? I bought one made in France pre-loved in new condition and it's as flat as a pancake. LOL. Not used to it, I guess. Are most walks puffy or flat? What do you prefer on walks? No, I have not heard that the ones made in France are less puffy. If I'm not mistaken, I think all three of my walks are made in France, and I am a stickler for the puffiness. I like the puffiness. I think it adds to the overall look of the bag. And I have been to some boutiques where obviously they're brand new, and some of them are a little bit, they're not as prominent with the quilts. But I have noticed that a lot of these bags tend to be lambskin, not caviar. In my opinion, I have found that lambskin tends to flatten out a little bit quicker over time. And another thing is when you do purchase pre-loved, you also have to take into account how the person stored it and how the person used it. If you were to put any of the walks laying flat when you store them, you run the risk of the quilts getting flatter on the bottom or whichever way, however you decide to set it down. So you run that risk as well. But, I have not heard that, and I prefer them very, very puffy. And that's, like I said before, that's something to take into account when you do purchase pre-loved. Look at the quilting, especially if you're a stickler like I am. Okay, Moon Orchids 1. I know everyone talks about the resale value of Louis Vuitton. I got a Damier Ben Neverfull GM to use as my diaper bag, but I realized I'd rather get a Speedy 30 and use that as my diaper bag. Love, love, love my Speedy to pieces, but my Neverfull was barely ever used. I got it in 2013. I tried selling it to an online consignment shop. I'm not going to say who. And they gave me a price that I was not happy with. In your opinion, should I expect to lose $400 to $500 if I sell it? I thought the whole point of LV and Chanel was that they hold their value, especially because of the price increases. It left a bad taste in my mouth, and now I don't know if I want to invest. This is a fantastic, fantastic question, and hopefully I'll be able to help. Now, there's a few things to think about when you are deciding to sell to an online consignment shop or a third party. You kind of have to think about it like a pawn shop. They have to make a profit off of whatever you're selling as well. So they need to take a piece of the pie. And, you know, sometimes the online consignment shops will, I mean, I have heard some crazy offers for some fantastic pieces. And again, it's because they know that they'll make a bigger profit off of it if they buy it for you cheap and then they sell it high. So it's their way to be able to continue with their business. Now, if you don't want to go that route, I always advise to sell it yourself if that's something that you want to be able to get more of what you are actually selling it for. I've told you guys before in the past, I had some issues with other brands, other luxury brands. I would buy them for $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, and then I would end up selling them for 75% less than what I paid for because they don't hold their value as well. You purchased your Neverfull GM in 2013, so I think in the MMs, I don't remember how much. I know it's like a $20 difference if I'm not mistaken. The MMs were $850, maybe. So maybe the GM was either $850 or $900, something like that. I can't remember to save my life. But so that means that they probably offered you, oh my God, like $300, $400. Oof, that is a huge cut. If you decide to sell it yourself, it will hold up a lot better because of the price increases, definitely. So you can get maybe what you paid for, if not a little bit less. So they maintain their value. It's not necessarily that they're going to completely grow. Maybe something like Chanel. If you bought a Chanel in 2005 when they were like $2,400 or $2,700, you can sell them for $4,000 now if it's still in good condition. You always have to remember the condition of the bag. And I know that some of these online consignment shops will offer you, even if they're pristine, they'll still offer you very low amounts. But if you decide to sell it yourself, like I said before, you can always make a little bit more. But if you don't want to deal with the hassle of potential buyers or, you know, scam artists or anything like that, you have to remember that if you do end up selling your item to a third party, that they are going to try to get a cut off of your piece. And I have found that they offer you a little bit less with the more popular bags because they know that they will end up selling those for a lot more, if not extremely close to retail value. There has been some online consignment shops that I have seen that sell, you know, items that are 3 to 5 years old for, I'd say maybe $50 less than the retail price now. So they know that that's what's going to happen. So they'll make a bigger profit. So just remember that. And, you know, I honestly think that Louis Vuitton and Chanel and even Hermes are by far the leading fashion houses that hold their resale value. The other ones are, I mean, every other fashion house has great pieces. You do pay pretty pennies for them, but remember, they do not hold their resale value. So unless you're getting, you know, a limited edition piece that they only made 100 of and everybody wanted it, then that will end up growing, you know, and things like that. But check out multicolor. Multicolor, I mean, here in the US, if you bought multicolor within the last 3 years and it's still in great condition, you can sell it for more than what it retailed for. If it comes with everything or whether it doesn't come with anything, they will hold their value a lot more because they are in higher demand. So hopefully I was able to help. And, you know, I know what it's like to have a bad taste in your mouth when it comes to these luxury goods. It's happened to me a bunch of times with other things. But when it comes to luxury handbags, as far as holding their resale value and investing in them, it's not a huge, like I said, it's not going to grow to the point where you make thousands and thousands of dollars. But you always have to remember, if you're in the luxury game and you decide to get these luxury bags, know that within 2-3 years time, you can definitely sell them and they will hold their value if you sell them yourself. But if you go through a third party, unfortunately, some of these things will happen. Okay, Betsy Arvi. Minnie, I'm saving for a larger bag purchase. I like the LV twist and epi leather, but love the Chanel boy bag too. I'm truly torn. The LV twist is less money than the Chanel boy bag. Should I just get the twist, or is the twist not worth the $3,200 price tag? Should I wait and save for the boy bag? Your thoughts? Well, I'm going off of what you wrote, and you put, I like the twist. I love the Chanel boy bag. So I always say go with your initial instinct. If you really do love the Chanel boy bag, go for it. You know, I wouldn't say, as I said before in the last video, I wouldn't say you're settling for Louis Vuitton, but if you really have your heart set on that boy bag, go for the boy bag. And the LV twist, I think it is worth it because it is epi leather, it has the microfiber interior, and it has a beautiful chain, so it's not canvas. You don't have to worry about that. And you know, personally, between the two, I would go for the boy just because I like the boy a lot better. I like the closure of the boy better. I don't necessarily like the LB twist too much because of the way you open it, but I know a lot of people that have the twist and they love, love, love the twist. You know, just points are scored with me with originality and creativity because the boy was the first one that put that type of style of bag on, you know, on the map. So I like the boy bag better, but go with what you initially like. If you're getting it just because, you know, the boy bag is maybe a little bit, it will take a little bit longer to save up for, trust me, it'll definitely be worth it when you get it and you're just like, oh, it's mine. It'll just be this special piece. So it all depends, sweetheart. It depends on what you really, really want. Listen to your heart. Jazz Vance, would you ever do a meet and greet? I know a lot of YouTubers do them. I would do a meet and greet. I have, you know, I've had some people ask me, you know, why don't you do a meet and greet now? Why don't you do a meet and greet now? And I'll be honest with you guys, not too many things make me nervous. You know, not too many things make me nervous, but I get the what ifs. What if, you know, I'm not what they expect. And I've told you guys before, who I am on camera is who I am in person. I am the exact same person. And it just, I don't know, like what if I'm different? What if you guys meet me and you're like, oh my God, no, you know, I don't know. I don't know. And it's not like there's an illusion that I'm trying to portray by any means whatsoever, but it just, what if, I don't know. And I think I would do it at, in Fashion Valley at the Louis Vuitton there, and I'd have appetizers, I'd have cocktails, and we'd end up shopping, and it'd be so much fun. And I know we would talk about bags for a long, long time. And that's another thing. When you do meet and greets, you only have a certain amount of time, you know, unless you end up, you know, it depends on the space, but sometimes it's a few hours, maybe 2-3 hours. You meet people, you're like, hi, how are you? I don't want to be like, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Hi, how are you? No, I want to be able to connect with you guys, you know, have some common ground to talk about something. And luxury bags is like the best common ground that we could talk about, right? But yeah, I would definitely like to do it. And I also had someone ask me if I would do it when I traveled, you know, and usually when I travel, I think I would like to do it more so when I travel the second time to a certain place, because the first time, unless my hubby has, you know, 2 weeks off vacation, then it'd be great. But for the most part, we're trying to cram as much as we can into our vacation, see as many of the sites as we can. And I think it would be fun if I went to like London and I got to meet so many of you guys, and you guys got to take me around to places that I've never been before, versus, you know, meeting me when I'm on vacation with my hubby, because like I said before, I'm trying to cram everything in there, and we only get so much time to be able to go to London and stuff like that. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just how I feel. I feel like, I don't know, what if it's not good enough, you know? Okay, next question. Loves bags. Minnie, I have quite a few Chanel SLGs in my collection, and I enjoy them as I can rotate them in all of my bags so they get a lot of love. However, I'm interested in why you don't have very many Chanel SLGs. Do they hold their value when you try to resell? I love Chanel SLGs. I think they look beautiful. However, when you go with a more expensive wallets, I have noticed that the ones that have the lambskin interior, oh, there's Edward. He's hanging out in my room. The ones that have the lambskin interior, like the credit card slots, they will start to loosen over time and you'll see a lot of scratches. Whenever you go onto any online consignment shop and you look at the pre-loved Chanel SLGs, their wallets and things like that, some of them look extremely worn because of the lambskin interior. Unless you get the ones that have the fabric interior, those hold up a lot better. Personally, when it comes to SLGs, I don't think anyone does it better than Louis Vuitton. No way. You know, whether it's their canvas, whether it's their empreinte or their other leathers or epi, I think that they hold up a lot better than Chanel does. And Chanel is a little bit more expensive when it comes to SLGs. And you know, now that I've been reselling for the last couple years, I will tell you guys that Chanel does not hold their value as well as the Louis Vuitton pieces that I sell. And I think again it's because of how they wear over time. They don't maintain their look as good as these guys do. Like these guys, obviously it's canvas on the outside, but then you have the textured calfskin lining on the inside, and it still looks good as new. It could be, I mean, this is an old piece, and it looks fantastic on the inside. You know, and there's no rips, no tears. Obviously, it depends on how you use the item. But I think I hear more negatives on Louis Vuitton handbags, not necessarily wallets. I mean, I know there's things out there, so don't get me wrong, but for SLGs, I think they are definitely the leading game in it, in my opinion. But I would love to add more Chanel SLGs, but I am extremely picky as to which items I want to add to my collection because of how they will age over time. Okay, Brenda A. Which one would you go with? Medium lambskin pink fuchsia, light gold hardware, or medium pink patent silver hardware? I'm having a hard time deciding between both. When I returned the red, I saw the medium pink, or the medium lambskin pink fuchsia with the light gold hardware. The light gold hardware, the soft gold hardware looks fantastic on the pink lambskin. I think that is probably one of the best combinations if you're going to go for a colored bag. I really do like that soft gold. It's in between a silver, but it's just a beautiful hardware. And the pink patent silver hardware, you know, I never thought I would be crazy about patent leather, but Chanel, oh my goodness, I love the way patent leather looks on a Chanel handbag. I think it looks fantastic. And oh man, out of the two, I'd probably go with the pink patent silver hardware. The pink patent with the silver hardware would just make another great combination. The patent leather is just as sensitive, I guess you would say, as the lambskin. It's not as sensitive as people say it is, but I would have to, you have to worry about color transfer just as much as you have to with the lambskin. Only you don't have to worry too much about the scratches because the lambskin shows the scratches a little bit easier. But I would probably go with a pink patent silver hardware. I think that is a beaut. I just love the way that it looks. And it's funny because my hubby, my hubby's like, oh, I don't like the way that it looks. No, it doesn't look good. Lambskin's better for caviar, but oh man, I am a sucker for Chanel patent leather. Beautiful. Okay. Toyage 37. How do you feel about the new Louis Vuitton empreinte bags in Plantain with the embedded sparkle pieces? Is it worth the price considering the same bags and empreinte are available for cheaper just without the sparkle pieces? This is another great question. I'm already having a problem talking. I can hear it. The Plantain from Louis Vuitton was just launched maybe a few weeks ago, if not a week ago, a few weeks ago. It is a metallic leather, and they have these little studs on throughout some of the empreinte. And I'm not one for metallic leather whatsoever. I think some of them look very, very good. However, metallic leather ages horribly, in my opinion. I don't like the way that it looks. And for example, I wrote some things down here. The Saint Germain PM in the Plantain with the metallic leather is $32.50 here in the States. The same Saint Germain PM in just the regular Empreinte is $25.80. Obviously, they're both plus tax. So, you know, with the few studs that it has and the fact that it's metallic leather, it will age worse than the regular Empreinte, and you're paying that much more for it. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. I saw it and I thought it would look a little bit different. I don't think it makes it look more luxurious, in my opinion. Maybe if they just kept the metallic leather on its own without the little sparkles, and you guys know me, I like little sparkles, but I don't think it complements the bag. I don't think it makes it look any more, you know, expensive, or does it make it look luxurious whatsoever. For me, a beautiful leather is more luxurious than any hardware that you can add to any handbag. You know what I mean? So no, I don't think it's worth it. No way. No way. All right. Miss Liz 1023 and Sherry Simon had similar questions, so I put them together. What do you think about the Louis Vuitton Mazarin? I know I'm butchering that. I haven't seen or heard too much about it. I love Empreinte leather and similar styling as it has to the Sienna. Do you think it's practical with 2 zippers and a magnet in the middle? It is. I mean, it is literally almost the same bag as the Sienna, only it's Empreinte for the Mazarin. But it has 2 zippers, like she said, 2 zippers, and the magnet in the middle. It just looks really, really weird. It retails for $28.70 here in the States. And if you are looking for, if you like the style of the Sienna and you don't want a canvas bag, you prefer the Empreinte leather, I think it's a great option for it because it does come with a crossbody strap. It's literally the same bag. The only thing I don't like, as I said before, is the zipper. I don't know why you would have 2 zippers that don't meet smack in the middle and then you have a magnetic closure. It looks weird. So you can close it and then just leave the magnetic open to retrieve your items, but it's not large enough to fit half of the items that we have, like the cosmetic pouch or the mini pochette or anything like that. I just think that that's a little bit, it's kind of funky. I wish they would have made just 1 zipper or just 2 zippers, like the Speedy bandolier that meets in the middle and you leave it as such. But it's not bad. If you, like I said before, if you're not fond of canvas and you want a crossbody bag that's bigger, something that you can use daily, I think that this is a better bag. This is a good option. But like I said, it retails for $28.70 here in the States. Okay, Yoka Gomez. Why is it better to buy caviar instead of lambskin for Chanel? You know, it's pretty much all a preference. A lot of people out there prefer their Chanel handbags because of the lambskin. They think that the lambskin leather looks a lot more luxurious. And I would have to agree to a certain extent. The lambskin leather on Chanel is so soft. It's buttery. It's smooth. I feel like it's going to melt in your hand. And it really adds a whole other level of class and luxury to a bag. Personally, I prefer caviar because I can get a Chanel handbag and I don't have to be as careful. With lambskin, you just have to be a little bit more careful. It'll show scratches a little bit easier. And I like the fact that I can wear a caviar bag and not have to worry as much, especially when I'm paying that amount of money for it. I know that I would be the type of person, because I'm kind of a klutz. If I was to buy a lambskin bag, a beautiful $5,000 lambskin bag, I can guarantee you that one of 2 things would happen. 1, I would baby it so much to the point that it would be a nuisance to carry it because I would be so conscientious of where I set it, how I did it, I would just drive myself crazy that I wouldn't be able to enjoy the bag. Or 2, within a month's time, if I got to use it the way that I want to, I would see scratches everywhere. And obviously that drops down the resale value a lot more because it looks a lot more worn, even though it's, a new bag, you know what I mean? But it's all preference. Like I said, caviar looks great. I think lambskin looks extremely luxurious on any Chanel piece. But for me, I personally prefer caviar because of the durability. I don't have to worry too much about it. And I still think it looks great. I love the way caviar looks. But like I said, I think lambskin is maybe just just a tad higher up than Caviar as far as how it looks. Okay, and I have 2 questions left. Rubes J. Do you think, now I'm seeing things. Do you have your eyes on any LV en prompt bags this season? I have mine on the Clutch, the twin set. I don't. Nothing that I would end up purchasing. I'm trying to be very good. I'm trying to simmer down now. You know what I mean? I've gone a little off the deep end this year. And if I was to buy a Louis Vuitton en prompt bag, I know I would probably end up getting the Saint Germain or the Pochette Germain. I just think they look fantastic. They have similarities to a jumbo. However, they don't have the double flap, and I like the chain. I like the way that it looks. There's just something about the bag. I think it's beautiful, and it's very comfortable to wear. I've gone into Louis Vuitton a few times and I've tried it on, and I'm kind of like, ooh, I like the way this looks, but it would have to be a Saint Germain or the Pochette. Definitely. And the Pochette doesn't look, it kind of reminds me of a walk. So like I said before, I like the originality of Chanel, but it doesn't have the same features on the inside. But regardless, it would have to be one of those 2 bags. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. I thought about getting the, what's it called? The Plantain, but I don't like the fact that it comes with a crossbody strap. And I would never use it. And it's a beautiful bag. It's gorgeous. But I think the Saint Germain would be better. I just want something that I could throw on my shoulder. I'm getting a little sick and tired of holding everything on my hand. Okay, and the last question is, in love with love, what's the nicest thing or the sweetest thing your hubby has ever done for you within the last couple of years? Oh man, my hubby is good to me. I am very, very lucky that he is my hubby and that he is in my life. He is such a sweet, sweet person. But one thing definitely pops out, and he's probably gonna kill me for saying it. But it was probably a few years ago. I wasn't feeling well on my birthday, and I ended up staying. We stayed home even though he had a whole thing planned out. And he's like, "Go in the bedroom, and I'll come and get you when you can come out here." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So he was in the kitchen for, it seemed like hours, and finally he blindfolded me, brought me down, and he closed my eyes, and then when I opened my eyes, my hubby baked a cake in the shape of a Speedy. It was the coolest thing ever. I think I have pictures somewhere. I'll probably end up showing you guys on here. If not, I'll put it on Instagram. It was one of the most awesome things I have ever seen. Obviously he's not a cake decorator by any means, and he's not a baker. But the fact that he wanted to make my birthday special because, like I said before, we couldn't go out. I wasn't feeling well. And he did that. It was so, so sweet of him. And, he had a little, I don't know, it looked so, so cute. It was in the shape of a Speedy. And he tried doing the pattern like Dame Ben. It was just wonderful. So, so wonderful. And I will never, ever forget it. And like I said, he's done so many wonderful things for me. He's just a total sweetheart. But that always, always stands out because it makes me smile it makes me grin from ear to ear every time I think about it. And I remember opening my eyes and I was just like, oh my God. And I remember asking him, I'm like, where did you buy this? He's like, I didn't, I made it myself. So that made it even more special. But yes, so hopefully he won't kill me for sharing that with you guys. All right, you guys, so that does it for Minks Monday Q&A. I hope I was able to help you guys out in answering your questions. Thank you all for all the wonderful questions. And this week, I honestly don't know what I have planned for you. I'm thinking of a few other videos, but I am at a loss, like I said before, because I'm not feeling so hot. But regardless, you guys will see me tomorrow. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.